Hello everyone, my name is Ellis Owens. I also go by my um, Air Force call sign, which is Clark Kent 434, which is now my gamer tag. Today guys, I am bringing you another video, and I want to first apologize for the kind of a week or two lack of videos. I was kind of changing up my audio. Some of it I didn't really care for, and I'm trying to work on so I can kind of do some live commentaries and stuff. And I had to kind of redo my whole mic setup, and what I did have before didn't quite work with the software I was using, and software can be quite particular. And so I went through and changed that up, and so hopefully it will be a lot better now. And I can produce you some newer content as well. So without delay, today's video is based on a blog that was actually put out. If you guys are not familiar, blog.battlefield.com, DICE has been producing some interesting material lately. Last week I think they produced a poll to see kind of everyone's thought on some updates, and they also mentioned in all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, maybe Instagram. I'm not sure about that one. So DICE and EA has been really pushing and trying to find out what the community wants and what they've been working on. I know Alan Kurtz, which is one of the Battlefield designers. I follow him. I've talked with him a couple times. He's been asking, and today they announced what the results are, what they're going to do, and what we are going to see very soon coming up. And I'm really excited to hear about this. And so without further ado, these are the up and coming tweaks. We have finalized what the tweaks are. They have asked the community, they have worked on it, they have finalized, and this is what's going to be coming out. So without ado, I want to just kind of highlight some of the tweaks. When the tweaks are coming out, we still don't know. There is a rumor. Someone asked, this was posted on Reddit, someone asked EA support, which you can through their chat, and one of the support people through the chat said that the next DLC, which is Second Assault, should be coming out by mid to end of February. Now you got to realize Second Assault is already on the Xbox One, but it's supposed to go to all other consoles. Was supposed to by December. Well, that was pushed back because of all the bugs. So we're now hearing the mid to end of December or February. So yeah, and I'm really excited about that as well. So let's get started and look at the up and coming tweaks that they're going to do. And I'm expecting that we're going to probably see a patch probably beginning of February, beginning or mid of February, and that's where these are going to kick in. And the first one that they're going to address is aircraft and anti-aircraft. So they're going to reduce the total amount of missiles carried by the MAA, the mobile anti-aircraft vehicle, from 6 to 4. The total carried missiles were making it impossible for helicopters to use countermeasures to avoid the MAA counterattacks. So, if you don't know, most helicopters start out with 2 already and 4 in the reserve. 2 already loaded up and 4 in reserve. So, which is a total of 6 missiles. So basically, you waste 2 and you have 4 missiles. 4 is enough to actually kill a helicopter. So, they're looking at kind of changing it and going down to 4. So basically, if you fired all 4, fired 2, and the first 2 would be on the lock-on. The other 2 would damage the helicopter, but it would still survive. So I think that's probably a good idea. I'm good enough that I only need 4 to kill a helicopter, even while it's flaring. If you're a good veteran, you can usually cause the pilot to scare out and cause them to chaff early. A lot of pilots will chaff early, so I think this is a good buff. I really think it is. So the next one is they're going to reduce the velocity of the MAA's default 20 millimeter cannons from 1200 meters per second to 800 to match the 30 millimeter cannons. The reduction reduces the distance projectiles will travel and should prevent the situation where the MAA engages enemy vehicles without leaving its protected home base. The damage of the cannons remains unchanged, and aircraft, especially helicopters, should remain wary of getting too close to the MAA. So, situation here is because of the higher muzzle velocity, they can travel farther, and so they're reducing down to 800 meters per second. Obviously, like I said, and they're just camping in their spawns, which I see a lot, especially in China Rising, where the MAA is in basically every map. So this is, I think, a good thing. The 30 millimeters, I did not realize they fired that slow, but they are very useful. So I think this will be good. Now it'll have to come out at spawn. So very, very good. I'm glad for this update and patch. The next thing is to reduce the physical impact of all aircraft missiles to prevent helicopters from flipping uncontrollably when hit. The damage values have not been changed. I have actually heard some people complain about this. I've experienced myself. I'm glad that they're going to do that. I know that was a big concern for many people about AA missiles doing some high damage impact. So I think this is another good one. So I'm glad to see that this is going to be fixed, and I think it will be better and easier for people who are maneuvering helicopters, because sometimes you get hit so hard your helicopter just rolls over, does a 180-degree rollover, and there's no way of surviving. So that is a definite need. The next one, they're going to reduce the cone on which active radar missiles search for targets, making them require a higher level of skill to predict where the target will be when the missile is fired. The missiles were previously too easy to aim at long range, making them a guaranteed hit and clear advantage over other missile types. So, because of the cone of the intelligence from the active missiles, they're going to reduce that cone. So basically, you're going to have to lead the missiles and predict where that vehicle is going to go. So I think that is probably a smart idea. They're dumbing down the smart missiles. Very smart, very good. That is probably definitely needed. And now with them coming with 4 missiles, I mean, the active missiles are going to be kind of like C4. C4 is a risk reward. You got to risk yourself to get up there, but it's a big reward because you can take out heavily armored vehicles very quickly and very efficiently. So this is going to be kind of a risk reward. So I agree with it. It's very nice. So I see a lot more people maybe going back to passive and running active radar, or even going back to heat seeker and locking on. So we'll see. They increase number 5. They increase the direct damage done to attacked helicopters' gunner's cannon. The gunner will be better. Let me say that again. The gunner will be better able to assist the pilot in taking down vehicles with this change. So if you don't know, the there's 2 types of damages for anything that does explosive. There's direct and splash. Splash is more infantry based, direct is more vehicle. So if they're increasing direct damage, that means it's going to do more damage to vehicles, and I actually think that's probably pretty good, because the gunner sometimes can be seen kind of useless unless he's a really skilled gunner. It has a high accuracy, but other than that, it's kind of useless. So doing that, the gunners, I think, now will be a lot more lethal. Yeah, especially when jets try to start, attempt to ram or try to scare someone as thinking that they're going to ram a helicopter. The gunner can pop a few shots in it and literally almost, probably severely or almost take out, or will take out a jet. So this will be, I think, is needed. They increased the direct hit damage for Zuni rockets for attack helicopters. The rate of fire of these rockets combined with smaller magazine pools make them a poor choice over other rockets. of over poor choice over the other two rocket types. Oh, man, they really were these crazy. So I know that there was a talk before about the rate of fire on a lot of the rockets. So now I guess they're going to be looking at maybe yeah, because they mentioned before the rate of fire of increasing them overall, all of them. And I know a lot of people stick with the Hydras, which is the first ones, or they go with the smart rockets, which the smarts are really nice because you can fire them and they will automatically just self-guide themselves. Very similar to staff shells and active radar and NBT law missiles. They'll just automatically guide themselves to targets. So, but Zunis are the most damaging of the three, and I knew a lot of people didn't run them because they had a smaller magazine size. But now, since they're increasing the damage per hit, I think some people might go back and do them, because if you're a good pilot and you have a good accuracy, I mean, you might be better just to run the Zunis, because even though smarts are smarter and you don't really need any skill, the Zunis will actually do a lot more damage and be a lot more effective. So, number 7, they reduced the splash damage and the maximum splash damage range of Scout helicopters' 25mm cannons. These weapons were too effective against infantry with the higher splash, and making them a clear choice over the 7.62mm cannons in all combat situations. That is very true because of the high splash damage and maximum splash damage. Yeah, remember, splash damage kills infantry, direct damage does armor. The 25mm cannons are intended to give the Scout helicopters some effective measures against vehicles as a clear trade-off in in effectiveness versus infantry. So with that, basically the 25mm cannons will be anti-vehicleness because they're going to reduce the splash damage, and the 7.62 will be more anti-infantry. So they're going to be better doing infantry. So I have a feeling a lot more people that are going to use the 7.62, they're going to find that they're not going to be killing infantry that much, because the splash damage and the max are going to be really, cut down. So I think a lot more people are going to really start going back to the miniguns, because I think they're going to find out it's going to be a lot more useful, and I think that might be a good thing. So the next thing is the tank and anti-tank. They reduced the intelligence of the MBT law, requiring players to aim the missile closer to their targets before the projectile will be activating. The law now reloads slightly slower. The law had a very fast reload, keeping the MBT law in its role of easy to use. The fire and forget weapon available to all engineers will also be balanced. We'll also be balancing it with other rocket launchers in favor of the skilled AT shots. Anti-tank shots. Finally, a bug where the AT law would pass through active protection has been fixed. And I know I used law for a long time because it was active protection could not defend against it. So now with that being gone, I think a lot less people are going to be using it. I know on console there's a lot of people that use it because active protection could not defend against it. It was a guaranteed hit even with active protection. And also on the tank and anti-tank, they fixed the issue where active protection and in-maps don't properly stop frag rounds. I did not even know this. Frag rounds damage tanks. That totally surprised me. That was a shocker to me, but pretty interesting. Yeah. They also reduced the range where M2 slams will do maximum damage to vehicles from 6 meters to 3 meters. Wow. Players will need to be more craftier when placing the slams in order to get full damage potentials of their ambushes and anti-tank vehicles. This change is to primarily counter attack of placing 3 mines in the same spot to guarantee a kill of any vehicle passing within 6 meters. The range was deemed to be too large, and making the M2 Slam far superior to the tank mines. And that's true. The slams were way more superior to the tank mines. And the last thing they did to the tanks, they reduced the damage of the staff shell does to all targets by 25%. Wow, that's a big reduce. This should be balanced to ease. Balance the ease of the use of staff shell with its damage potential to all targets. So that's direct damage and splash damage. So that's infantry and non. So, and I know it's very intelligent. So those are all the balancing. I hope that all you enjoy. You know, probably in the next update we're going to see all this, and I'm really excited about this. So guys, I want to have more tips and tricks coming out. I've got tutorials coming up and everything, and I hope you guys enjoy this. If you would, I greatly appreciate a like and comment if you want to comment, and definitely a favorite. And if you enjoy my videos, would you please subscribe, and I will catch you all guys later. Have a great day.